Start again. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the GS3 paper, UPSC mains. Just now it concluded. So actually discussion supposed to start at 3 o'clock, but due to technical issues, we're starting now. So after going through the paper, one thing that I understood, paper is becoming more predictable. It's not like in 21, 22, where the UPSC used to ask the bouncers. But in 23, 24, 25, whatever the current affair is there, or whatever the topics more related to syllabus, it are only coming. So there is one trend in economy questions. Economy, where we consider there is economy part in GS3 syllabus. Here the most of the questions are their source you can track in the prelims. The prelim specific content that we suppose consider that this particular portion will come in prelims. So there you can find the source. We'll discuss when we'll actually discuss the questions. Second is that agriculture. This portion is quite predictable because whatever is there in syllabus itself, questions are coming from there. So the source for agriculture question is syllabus. And later part, the source are like other subjects are there. There's science and technology, environment and ecology. So these two subjects are the source of these questions. It's in current affair. So whatever is happening in current affair, and that is their one more catch. The current affair, they are not asking what is happening in last 1 year. They are going back. So current affair that going back to last 2 years or 3 years. So here they are going and asking the current affair. Second, last thing, the question coming from the internal security. So here again the source is a syllabus. And also, if you see the questions, the current affair is dominating this year. So whatever is the current affair, whatever the government steps are taking, these are the framing the base for this internal security questions. So this is the broad idea what is exactly happened in this year question. So next, going to the questions, if you see the first question, distinguish between the Human Development Index and Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index with special reference to India. Why Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index considered better indicator for inclusive growth? Okay, so if you stress, like if you go some back in 1 year, so there was one index called hunger index. So some controversy erupted here that time because of the parameters. The sample size was very less. So that time people started criticizing, and that time only the others one section was pointing out to this particular index, Human Development Index. So when based on this hunger index, people started criticizing government. So many people pointed out this one, Human Development Index, where the indicators, the parameter sample size is very authentic, and also there has some reference for that. So that's why that time this index came into news. And also if you see the question, the Human Development Index and Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, where we cover most of the question we cover for the or this part we consider as film specific. Even if you see the many coaching institute come materials or the monthly magazines, they will cover it for film specific. And UPSC is taking these prelims notes, that prelims whatever we content frame for prelims, that is becoming the part for the mains questions. So what I was discussing, that is the first, that is reflecting first question. Second question we see, what are the challenges before Indian economy when the world is moving away from free trade and multilateralism to protectionism and bilateralism, and how these challenges be met? Okay, so this is second part is nothing but it is also way forward oriented, but also this question is quite surprising because yesterday when we were discussing the GS1 question, that time we saw they are integrating GS2, GS3 and GS1. Also it is quite like multilateralism, whatever the part we consider multilateralism we study in international relation, that is GS paper 2, and also the protectionism supposed to come in mostly GS paper 2, but it is came in GS paper 3 and just form the Indian economy. So economy, they are linking to the IR part, that is integration of GS 3 and GS 2. So this is again the one more catch here, that it is not like question will be coming from the GS 3 only. So question will come from the GS 2 also. Just we need to study in integrated way, and also we need to analyze them more in diverse manner. So that only we can tackle these questions. Third question, if you see, explain the factor influencing the decision of farmer selection high value crops in India. Okay, so if you see this question, the factors influencing decision of farmer selection of high value crops in 2023, there was a question, same question, like somewhat the spirit was same. It was like, what are the factors that affect impeding when the farmers want to diversify their the cropping system, or the cropping system of India, why it not diversified. So same way, the question is based on the same topic, the same spirit is behind, and the question is this here, they are asking in more simplified way. So they are asking, explain the factor influencing decision of farmer on the selection of high value crops. Okay, so this time they are asking, they are not asking why the cropping pattern, or why there is no diversified cropping pattern. This year they are targeting the other part, why the the cropping system is concentrated for high value crops. So this is the farm, and when you write the factors, you need to consider different factors, be it geographical factors, then economical factors, other like infrastructure related factors, again the social factor, because ultimately the money, the social security they will get, this factor also influence the decision. So you need to write the diversified. Again the political or administrative factor also you can bring it here, because ultimately the high value crops are dominated when in MSP area. So that are also influencing the this concentration on oil crop. So you need to bring all the factors here in diversified way. So this is about the third question. Again the source, if you want to trace, then it will be syllabus, or else you can trace it from the previous year questions. Okay, so next, fourth question, elaborate the scope and significance of supply chain management agriculture commodity India. The same syllabus is there, directly it is copy paste. So whatever the mentioned in syllabus, directly they are asking. So the source for this particular question is the syllabus. So means when we started discussion from GS1 itself, that time I'm pointing out source, the questions, where the questions are coming, either it is from syllabus, the previous year questions, and if you know this previous year questions well, you know the syllabus very well, then you can prepare the current affair also. So these are the three. Current affair we keep it secondary, but first if you want to tackle this question, let's take it GS1, 2, 3 all. GS4 we'll discuss later on. So when we consider the questions here, syllabus and previous year question become the base. And if you understand what is syllabus and how the PYQs are coming, so that based on that you can frame the you can prepare for current affair part. So this is the again the these questions are proving syllabus and previous year question are must. You cannot skip them. Okay. So next question. Fifth question. The fusion energy program in India has steadily evolved over the past few decades. Mention India's contribution to International Fusion Energy Project, International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. What will be implication on the success of this project for future global energy? Again, UPSC, I was telling that the current affair, the prelims related content, or the prelims, what we consider it will come in prelims, that is dominating. We saw in first question also this. It is previously asked in prelims only. So that is also making base. So when I talk about the previous year questions, it's not only in the mains. We need to prepare some themes in previous prelims questions. That is also making the forming the base for this one. And particularly GS3. Even last year, 23 and 24, if you see the questions, they asked about the MSMEs in 23 prelims. Again, their question came in mains also on the MSME. So same way, 24 also there was some questions where the prelims also they asked question on the specific themes, and this same question came into mains also. So you cannot really neglect prelims. It's not like if you cleared prelims and you can neglect, you prepare for mains. So if you want to prepare for mains, the prelims, the themes coming in that year, previous year, that also will become the crucial if you want to prepare holistic way. Okay, so this again the source is prelims, and also quite it is covered in everywhere, so it is not the bouncer, you can say, if you prepared in better way, or if you know these prelims also make the best. Okay, so then also you can answer this question. Sixth question, how can India achieve the energy independence through the clean energy by 2047? How the biotechnology can play a crucial role in this endeavor? So if you see the question, this particular question, actually the quite question again, if you see energy independence, okay, if you see yesterday's GS2 question, there was one question which was talking about the energy security in international relation, they asked. So again, the what they are asking like this year, it seems that energy security, the groundwater resources, because there is one more question on the this one groundwater level. Next it is, we'll see that one. So these are the whatever coming in GS1, GS2, that is again repeating, they are repeating GS3. So this is also quite question like energy independence, because we are seeing it from many years when we started buying the cheap energy from the Russia. That time we came under the this one criticism from the West or everywhere, but we ultimately moved with our by pointing our strategic autonomy, and that is because of the keeping in mind energy independence. Okay, and also previously when the US imposed sanction on the Iran, that time we forced to stop the buying oil from Iran. That time also the question was the energy independence. Okay, so again the from the base GS2 also question came on the energy security, and also GS3 came. So next time when you will write the mains, that time you just need to see the previous, like that year ka GS1 or GS2, what can be repeated again in next paper or GS3. So that way you can predict the question somewhat. If comes, then congratulations. Okay, so again the seventh question, what is the carbon capture, utilization, storage? What is the potential role of CCUC in tackling climate change? Again, very predictable, not predictable, but at least it was in news. Okay, this particular. So the source is current affair. The Niti Aayog came with the document. So this was the source, and also this is one more. That dominance is here, whatever the government agencies are there, the primary or the dominant agencies, whatever their policy suggestion they are bringing, these are the making base for the questions. Okay, there is one more question that we'll see later part. Okay, so these also some document, like some prominent document if Niti Aayog or other agency release, so that can be the source for the questions, so we cannot neglect them. So simply we need to go and see what exactly they are doing there, and you can download and see the Niti Aayog. You can answer this question. Okay, then next question 8, seawater intrusion in coastal aquifer is the major concern in India. What are the causes of seawater intrusion? Remedial measures to combat hazard. Again one more question, same question came in GS1. Okay, it was about the sea surface temperature, the rising sea surface temperature. Actually it was a rising sea surface, sea level rising. Okay, so this is again the linked question, seawater intrusion coastal aquifer. Primary reason is the rising sea level. Okay, so again the framing, if you want to trace this year only, so what they are asking GS1, that is again repeating in GS3. So it's not like if you completed GS1, GS2, but you just need to go and see the again what is they are doing here. Okay, they might again repeat the question. Okay, so the notes making, the content building, it's not like 1 or 2 days, 1 week before the mains you will stop. You continuously before appearing the examination, you need to at least give the one view to every part. Okay, so this is again the GS1 part, and also the previous year question they have asked on this same part, sea water intrusion. So that is also make the base. Okay. Next, ninth, terrorism is a global scourge. How has it manifested in India? Elaborate the contemporary example. What are the countermeasures adopted by the state? Explain. Again, this is everywhere. Every year they will ask one question on terrorism. Also, the question is not they are asking not rocket science, how it is manifested in India. Elaborate contemporary example. So these two parts you can integrate and write the answer. Also, what are the countermeasures adopted by the state? They are asking policy. In 23 also they are same asked. They asked about the winning heart and mind. Okay, the same way they are again asking the countermeasures taken by the state. Okay, so again the government schemes and the base and like background. Okay, what are the factors relating to terrorism? Okay, this also again the syllabus based question. Whatever is in syllabus, if you prepared in proper way, then you can tackle this question. Okay, so next, 10th question. Government of India recently stated the left-wing extremism will be eliminated by 2026. What do we understand by left-wing extremism? How are the people affected by it? What measures have been taken by the government to eliminate left-wing extremism? Okay, if you see the question carefully, the government is coming with one initiative that they want to eliminate left-wing extremism by 2026. Okay, this is the context. So again, the question is going back. They are seeing the basics. What is the left wing? What do you understand by left wing extremism? How are the people affected by it? Again, the question coming directly from the syllabus itself. If you are referring any class connote, any standard books, it will be covered that one. What is left wing extremism? What are the factors affecting it, and how it is affecting the people? Okay, so this is again quite like foundational based sources there. And what are the measures taken by the government? In if you see the last year question, there was a question based on the Sadbhavana, Mission Sadbhavana. Okay, that was related to militants in Jammu and Kashmir. But again, you can say previously they asked about the Samadhana mission, so Samadhana initiative. So this also again the previous year question, where previously they have asked about the Samadhana. Again, they are asking not specific this year, but they are asking measures. Okay, but also I will not say it is like any rocket science is there, because again it is also for same way like ninth question. The source is in syllabus itself, because if you are covering the left-wing extremism, if you are studying the left-wing extremism, these are basic part. What is left-wing extremism? What are the factors leading to that? It is not asked, but you will be covering there. Then also, how are the people affected by it, and what are the measures taken by the government? This everything will be covered in standard notes. Any kind of you take standard book or any class notes. Okay, these parts will be covered here. So again, these questions are not like unpredictable. Okay, so next question. So this is again one bouncer, we can say. Actually, every year they ask like one or two question, but this is seen in only this question, fiscal health index. Last year it was not dominant, but 23 they asked what are the methods to calculate unemployment. Also they asked the difference between monetary economy, care economy. So the terms that comes in newspaper, this become very important. It's not like you will read them for specific power claims. You need to at least know the what is this fiscal health index, because in introduction only you will be writing what is this fiscal health index. So these are the whatever the daily newspaper becomes very important. Okay, rather than the current affair magazine. It's not like we'll just go and read the monthly current affair magazine and that will be sufficient. No, you need to read the daily newspaper to understand this kind of terms. Okay, then again it can be used tool for assessing fiscal performance of the states in India. What would encourage the state to adopt prudent and sustainable fiscal policy. Again, the base for this question is current affair, because many states coming with the previous. Okay, what term previous people, many people counter it as social social security measures, many people will say is a previous. We'll keep this debate out, but actually when these terms were coming in news, the people were state were taking the measure for social security or else previous. That time the question was on financial health of the states. So the question asked on financial health and nothing but the question from the base from there. So it's last 2-3 years the question, this particular this topic is in news, and also finally it made the question in GS3. Okay, so again like very well, like if you are reading the current affair from last 1 or 2 years, you can answer this question. Okay, and also not like you will be depend on the whatever the compilation comes. Okay, you need to do some extra work. Okay, some questions they will give us passing reference, you can go and just check for it. Okay, then next question, discuss the rationale of the production linked incentive scheme. What are its achievements? In what way functioning outcome of the scheme improved? Okay, this is another one question. Last year, if you know, before the general election, government came with one white paper. Okay, white paper of government, what they have achieved in white paper. Okay, that in that white paper they have mentioned what are the schemes they have undertaken and what are the achievements. In that the production linked scheme was there. Okay, so many newspaper came with this brief information what is exactly it is. So that time this question, this particular part was covered. Okay, again it is in current affair part. Every year there will be government is including other sectors in this production linked incentive scheme. So that time it is again always it makes the part of current affair. So this year it came into came for mains only. So again, if you are preparing current affair in holistic way, we can answer it. Okay, then 13 question, examine the factor responsible for depleting groundwater in India. What are the steps taken by the government to mitigate such depletion of water? Again, GS, just I was discussing in GS1, they asked about this particular Gangetic Valley. Last year they asked us specifically for groundwater in Gangetic Valley. This year they covered other land, okay, water resources, how these are depleting, affecting. But also this year the question came in GS3. Okay, previously it came in GS1. This year it came in GS3, and also depleting groundwater in India and government's mitigation. Okay, steps taken by government. Okay, so again, previous year questions you can take the reference from them and you can prepare the holistic notes. Okay, so again the syllabus and current affair and the previous year questions on the major. The next question, examine the scope of food processing industry in India. Elaborate the measure taken by the government food processing industry for generating employment opportunity. Again, directly from the syllabus. This food processing industry, there is separate part for in syllabus, and syllabus itself talks about the what is scope, what are the measures taken by government, what is the significance. So these are all the parts covered in syllabus itself, and every year there would be one question on food processing industry and they will be covering this part. So once you make holistic notes on this one, you can tackle the question. Okay, so this is not again the bouncer. I will say it was much predictable because every year there would be one question on food processing industry. The next, how does nanotechnology offer significant advancement in the field of agriculture? Again, nanotechnology, agriculture. Okay, there is also technological integration in agriculture. It is part of syllabus. Again, they are asking nanotechnology. Previously, we are seeing they are asking about biotechnology. Okay, this is the basic in when it comes to science and technology. Everywhere you will easily find in market these notes on the nanotechnology and biotechnology. But just when you prepare the notes, you need to see the areas, various sectors. Okay, next year might they ask the use of biotechnology in agriculture. Okay, this year they ask nanotechnology in agriculture. Next year might be in medical sector. Okay, so this way it will differ. Okay, but again the nanotechnology, when you prepare notes, you need to prepare for specific sectors. Okay, if you've done this, then it will be easy for you. And also the biotechnology and technology is basic for when it comes to science and technology. Okay, so again the question is like not a bouncer, it is also predictable for those who have the comprehensive notes. Next, this is again from the current affair. India aims to become semiconductor manufacturing hub. Okay, what are the challenges faced by semiconductor industry? Mention the salient feature of India's semiconductor mission. It's in news from last 2-3 years. Okay, when the China and Taiwan stand-up started, when the China or US this one economic competitor economic dominance started. So major was the factor was the semiconductor industry. So much anticipated topic. Okay, again came in news. Also during this 15th August ka speech, Prime Minister he inaugurated. He launched some 5 semiconductor manufacturing hubs. Okay, so the plants. So that's why again it was in news only. And every year, like in once, at least in once in a week, the semiconductor this would be in news. It will be covered in very detailed way. Some plants will be coming. Some they will mention the challenges, all this thing. Or if something geopolitical development is there, like something happening between Taiwan and China, first major question would be when it comes to India, semiconductor. So okay, so again the much predictable questions when you have the comprehensive notes. Okay, then next, mineral resources are fundamental to country's economy and these are the exploited by the mining. Okay, why are the mining considered environmental hazard? Explain remedial measures required to reduce environmental hazard due to mining. Again the question directly coming from the syllabus itself. Again one point is there, the mining in GS1 they have asked what are the non-farm primary activities. Okay, so when it comes to non-farm primary activities along with mining, fishing, along with fishing on other like hunting, gathering, mining is the one more. Okay, so again you can connect it to GS1. Okay, and also the base is in syllabus itself, environment. Okay, infrastructure. If you see the Niti Aayog document, India at 75, they have covered this all the infrastructure, the along with mining, road, transport, railways there. Okay, so various sector they have covered. Again, the question is coming from there only, mining. Okay, so they are just linked to environmental hazard, mining activity. And also last year there was one current affair, Hasadao jungle in Chhattisgarh. Okay, so there was a massive protest gone, but it is not covered in mainstream media. So many of you don't know, but it was a massive where the government allotted some this particular part of forest to mining industries. Okay, and also it made part. So this might be behind this question that current affair again. So again, but like when you cover the environment part, that time the mining will be covered there. So current affair is also there and syllabus point is also there. Okay, so again the quite like until here the questions are not like in GS2 if you see they covered many dimensions. Okay, and they were bringing the new questions. Themes were same, like they asked about representation of People's Act. Okay, they asked about the constitutional morality, but they were changing the dimensions. Okay, what would be the context? Once they were connecting to social justice part, somewhere they were connecting to governance part. Okay, again they were going into they gone deep into representation people act. They specifically asked for the corrupt practices. Okay, which was not seen in previous. But here if you see the GS3, which considered it as low scoring, but this year they have given the enough scope to score mark because of the question are simple and direct. Okay, so few question if you left, the questions are direct only. Then next question, write the review on India's climate commitment under the Paris Agreement 2015. Mention how these have been taken further strengthened in COP26, that is 21. In this direction, how is the first nationally determined contribution intended in this updated in 2022. So just before the starting discussion I told you current affair is part, but current affair not 1 year. The current affair which making the part for this particular question, this is 2 year back or the 3 year back. Okay, so you cannot neglect the questions that current affair, the major, at least major development happened in last 2 to 3 years. That is the coming in this one. Like in 26, it is happened in 21. Okay, people were expecting it will come in 22, 23. Okay, after that they gave up, but it came in at least 25. Okay, so it's not like when you cover the climate change, obviously we'll see from India's perspective. This is makes the plays a big role, because we came with a nationally determined contribution. Okay, and that first time we have given that will be net zero by 2070. So always this will make the part of India's when it comes to, we'll discuss about India's climate change policy. And even it's not like in future also the question might come, because it is the very crucial development when it comes to the climate change initiatives of India. Okay, so again if you want to cover current affair, not the 1 year, you need to go 2 to 3 year back, and at least need to cover the major themes. Okay, the next, what are the major challenges to internal security peace progress in northeastern state? Northeastern state, we know from last 2 years what is happening. The Manipur. Okay, the Manipur issue is going on. So when it comes, we see the Manipur issue. Now the question came on internal challenges to internal security. They're not asked specific to Manipur. Okay, so they might have some other issue, because it is the spread all over the northeastern India. So they would have asked a generic question. But when if you see the Manipur issue, now the question is asked about the security challenges, but they might have asked about the why the Manipur issue erupted, because of the inclusion of the Methi community into scheduled tribe. Okay, and a High Court directive. So there would be question how the process, the inclusion process is done. Okay, so you need to prepare for that also. So means the motto of telling this you need to, the one issue is going on, you need to cover the all dimension, because we will never know what they are going to ask. Okay, this is the simple question they ask about challenges northeastern India, because it will be covered in the basic notes only, the basic standard books, everywhere it will be covered. So this is not like unpredictable kind of way. And also Manipur was in news, so this was a much anticipated question. One more question. And also the various peace accord agreements initiated by government in past decade. Okay, various peace accord and agreement, with the Nagaland, okay, with Mizoram, again with Manipur only. So these are the accords, and these peace accords were again they making news, because the in last one or 2 months, if you see, the Nagaland again was coming in news, because the group that, particularly group that gave up on the separate constitution, separate flag for Nagaland, it is again they are coming, we have not given up. It is always part of their agenda. So these news are coming. So this again the made into this GS3 mains paper. Okay, so when you see the questions again, these are also when we see the historical development in northeastern state, that time we'll be covering this all the aspect. So it's not like if you don't know the current affair, then you will not answer, you will not be knowing this. Always it will be covered in basic notes. Okay, so again this is the one more question that came from syllabus and the basic notes that everyone will have. Then next question, that is that I was referring that whatever the initiative taken by the various organization that is coming into news. So it is about the maritime security, that vital to protect India's sea trade, discuss the maritime and coastal security challenges and the way forward. If you see in July only, Director General of Shipping, this particular office brought one maritime security review document. Okay, so this came in July, and so if you see the question, when I actually I read that document, it is around 10 pages and mostly infographic, so hardly it will take 2 minutes. So when I see the question, I just gone again and saw the document. What is they are asking, everything covered in that particular document. So where the source, the particular document. So when we will finish the discussion, we'll see the we have seen all the 20 questions. So one thing that I understood particularly, hope you will be also agreeing because I have seen you direct questions. That first thing is that when you prepare the current affair for this particular GS3, it's not in 1 year. You need to go back 2 year, 3 year. Okay, what are the major developments happening there? Particularly specific to organizational level, multilateralism. Okay, so these are making the form in this particular GS3 questions. Okay, second, previous year questions. So when it comes to previous year questions, the themes become important, whatever they are asking previously. In mains, also the previous year questions of mains and the prelims. Okay, so is from these both two, mains and prelims, you need to take the themes because they have proven, like I have written 23 mains that time. I have written 23 prelims also that time. I got the D section or C section. First question was about the MSME, and mains also. In mains also, first question was the 23 mains. First question was about the MSME. So where you can trace the source in prelims question. Okay. So this year also, this particular question that I was talking about, someone actually I forgot, but also if you can analyze it, so you can understand that there is connection between prelims and mains question. The themes are coming into news, into papers. Okay. So this is previous year question is the second. Third is the syllabus, and this syllabus frames the major part where question related to agriculture, because whatever is syllabus that is coming here. Second is food processing industry. So whatever their syllabus is very comprehensive. If you prepared notes for that, all the parts or all the themes given in the food processing industry, particular that chapter. So you'll be covering any question on food processing industry. Third is the internal security. So this is the again here also becomes the syllabus important because the question are basic, just they are whatever going in current affair they are linking, and current affair is not back, it is the last 1 year or maximum 2 year. Okay, so this is the for related this specific subject. Also when it comes to the infrastructure related part, because infrastructure is the one more topic in the GS3 syllabus. When it comes to this infrastructure part, what becomes more important? That documents. Okay, and these documents released by the particular ministry. Whatever first is the Niti Aayog that India 75. That document they have mentioned many various infrastructure related the industries. Okay, and in syllabus itself they have mentioned about the rail, civil aviation, the mining industry. Okay, road transport. So these are also if you keep the eye on what are the documents these particular ministries are bringing, the questions are coming from there only, most of the questions. Okay, so apart from this, fourth major source is major government or major organizations or agencies are there, their documents. Okay, these are again the source for the questions. Okay, and it's not like if you see the if you are keeping track like PIB, even if you see daily following the PIB, these all will be covered there only. Okay, they are not like they will go and cover some confidential document, it will not happen. So what are the major documents are there, and it makes noise in newspaper or any other sources like TV news, here that it will be covered. Also one more source I found for this particular GS2 when it comes to international relations, and GS3 economy related questions, and also somewhat the this internal security. Sansad TV. So many debate will happen on Sansad TV. Why it is Sansad TV debates are important for validation point? Because if you see the questions this year, the person who are well prepared for this GS3, he will write all the questions, and there would be minimum 3,000 to 4,000 people out of the all 10-15,000 whatever people are writing means they will be well prepared. So everyone will write these questions, they will write the answers. Okay, but if you want to outperform or if you want to be first among them, then what you need to do? Value addition, and value addition source, major source is Sansad TV. Okay, from if you now only if you started following it, then you will have the good value addition content, and there also you will get many examples, best practices. Apart from this, these documents are there. Okay, so this here also will get lot of value addition, and also Nitya Yogi at 75. This is the very nice document for the agriculture related part, infrastructure related part, okay, and also investment models. So if you cover these all the aspects, so the GS3 can become the predictable. You just need to understand the pattern, okay, and you need to keep eye on the what is happening in last 2-3 years and what is the current development. Okay, something is new, again that topic is coming in news, then there are very chances that it will make the place in the GS3 paper, the mains paper or the prelims paper. Okay, so this is what you need to follow, and this is the what is the I have when I see the GS3 paper, that this is what I analyzed. Okay, and also this is like, I think 20-25 people are lucky because there is no bouncer. In fact, the 23-24 they have skipped to give some bouncer. Okay, so paper was quite if you see the, if you are prepared well, then easy to moderate. Then if your preparation depend on preparation level, again it might be for many people moderate to tough. Okay, so it depends on the preparation level. So if you are doing this all these things, then you can consider it easy to moderate. Okay, so we'll finish this discussion, then we'll again meet you. I will meet you in GS4 paper discussion. There we'll see the what strategy we can build, and also what is the like in some new development, like new themes are coming in GS4. Okay, or some any other like analytical part is coming. Okay, so all these things we'll be discussing GS4. Thank you very much.